First step is to remove all 4 wheels and tires. Then we're going to head over to the driver's side and remove our shock from the upper mount. Then you're going to want to grab 2 bolts, 2 spacers, 2 nuts, and 2 front brackets. We're going to get the brackets installed. So on the rear of the shock bracket, this bracket right here is going to sit just like this with the 2 holes facing downward. And then for this side, the bracket is going to lay in there just like this, with the 2 holes sitting down. Main thing is you just want to make sure that this front bracket is to the inside of the shock mount and the rear one is to the outside of the shock mount. If you want to take your bolt, get it started, you can just let that bracket hang for a second. Grab your spacer, slide it over the bolt here, and make sure that this bracket is oriented properly. Then we're going to grab our front bracket, slide it into position. That bolt started all the way through. We're going to put a nut on it. Grab your other bolt and we'll do the exact same process. Get the rearmost bracket bolt started first. Take your spacer, slide your spacer in there, and take this other bracket, lift it into place. Line up the bolt. Stick it through, and you'll grab your nut. Then you'll want to fully tighten the bracket hardware and then repeat the same steps for the opposite side. The next step is going to be to adjust your shock. Right here, it's on the softest setting. You're going to want to crank the shock with your shock tool all the way up to the highest setting. You're going to want to grab your shock adjustment tool that'll be located in your factory toolkit. You're just going to slide it into one of the notches on the shock. Once you have your shock adjusted, you're going to go ahead and reinstall your shock to your machine. If you want to get the maximum amount of lift, you're going to use the innermost holes. The outermost holes is going to be the lowest lift. Once you have your shock in place, you're going to go through, fully tighten all your hardware, and then repeat all these steps for the opposite side. Moving on to the rear, the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the sway bar link. Then we're going to remove our upper shock bolt. As you can see, the brackets are the same for both sides, so we're going to grab 2 brackets. We're going to go over to our hardware pack, grab 2 spacers, 2 nuts, and 2 bolts. The rearmost bracket will be oriented like this. Then the bracket towards the front of the machine will go on the outside of the shock mount. Slide a bolt through. Grab a spacer, slide the bracket onto the bolt, then start a nut. Then we're going to go ahead and put a bolt through the rear bracket. It's going to be oriented with the threads facing towards the rear. Reach back through here and slide the spacer into place. Put the bolt through both sides, then we're going to start a nut. Then we're going to go ahead and fully tighten the bracketry. Reinstall our shock. Then repeat the steps for the opposite side. Reinstall your sway bar links in all 4 wheels and tires, and that's how super easy it is to install SuperATV's 3-inch lift kit on this Polaris Ranger 900. For more information on this lift kit, or any of SuperATV's great products, give us a call at 855-743-3427 or check us out online at superatv.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.